Hi there, it's me again, your Lavanya. We are continuing our discussion on Thiruvarutpayan, verse number 59. Kaliye migu pulana karudi jnana oliye oliya oli. Today's verse is a very practical and yet very profound verse. It talks about one thing. We are all going through the worldly pleasures. We are enjoying the pleasures that is around us. Later, the same pleasure transforms itself into a pleasurous situation. Now, if you look at it, where are we getting these pleasures from? Obviously, the senses or the sense organs. So, the senses or the sense organs are giving us the pleasure according to the karma that we have accumulated. It is not going to give us less or more. It is 100% according to the karma that we have accumulated. Who is the one who is feeding the karma to us? That is what we call it as grace. Thiruvarul. When you talk about grace, the Almighty, what is the main work of grace is to evaluate a soul's karma and give them the experience in the right manner, in the right time, in the right hemisphere and in the right proportion as well. And who decides that on behalf of the soul? Obviously, the soul is not given that authority. Imagine if I'm given the authority to go ahead and choose what I want. Imagine I'm empowered to choose my own karma. Do you think I'm going to choose all the bad karma? Do you think I'm going to choose the sorrows? Obviously no. So I'll be picking up only the interesting ones, all the happy ones, and just like a fairy tale, rosy kind of experiences is what I'll be looking for. That is why the soul is not given that kind of an autonomy. So who is the one who decides on that? It's basically Thiruvarul. We call it as the grace. So grace is the one which is giving us. We always think that it is because of the senses or the sense organs that we are achieving or going through the pleasure. But actually, if you look at it, the reason behind that is it is not the sense organs. It is 100% the grace who is standing behind the scene to feed us that pleasure. But we always think, I saw this, I am eating it, I am smelling it, I am feeling it, I am hearing it. It's all again we are accumulating karma. The moment we say I am doing it, obviously the next piece of karma starts accumulating. But just remember, it is not that we have done it. It is someone up there is there to give us this experience, and that is what we call it as Advaita. Advaita means the grace is with us towards it's basically we have seen all these, right? It is indifferent from us, it is inseparable from us, but at the same time it stands besides us. It's just beside us to give us the right experience. It is within us to make sure that we are going through the right experience as well. This is the most important concept of Saiva Siddhanta, because the relationship between the soul and the grace is called as Advaita. So what is the relationship? It is Advaita. The next one we usually ask is, what is the relationship between the Almighty and grace? Because we are using two different words over here. We are talking about two different elements also over here. So what is the relationship between God as an Almighty and His grace? That is what they call it as inseparable kind of a relationship. They cannot be separated. We cannot separate sun and the rays from the sun. It is together. So something similar to that is what we are looking at. But the relationship between the soul and the Almighty or the grace is called as Advaita. And that is what today's verse is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, bye-bye.